The owner said it was a gift from an older brother and carried special meaning. I carefully checked the exterior and noticed the cluster of gauges and displays, the large fuel tank, and the painted artwork on the rear, all of which felt full of stories. Then we moved the car out of the garage to begin the next step. The imposing front and wide rear tires create a unique visual impact. The key was badly rusted and completely unresponsive after sitting for so long, and many buttons across the car were oxidized and peeling. Driven by curiosity, we decided to bring this car back to life, restore it to how it once was, and had it towed back to the garage for revival. Upon arriving at the garage, I was so excited I wanted to make it roar. I turned the power back on, the dashboard lights came on, and it was my first attempt to start it. The engine would not run because the carburetor had serious issues. After removing it, we found the inside was extremely dirty, so the only solution
transmission and found it used a tubular frame layout with a surprisingly large gearbox. After checking, the gear lever was still properly connected to the gearbox, so the issue was not with the linkage. The gearbox has oil that has changed color.
As expected, the purified oil has deteriorated and contains wear and tear impurities. I plan to clean it all. Reapply glue and put it back together. Clamp the new oil. Electric switches on the vehicle were severely corroded, but after a long 4-month restoration process, they were fully repaired and regained their original bright and clean appearance. With the electrical system, brothers, the repair and polishing are finally complete. This is the final reference image we wanted. The first step is spraying a layer of black primer on the body, because the black base helps bring out the richness and brightness of the red paint that comes later. After the black primer is finished, we move on to preparing the crystal paint, which is the most critical part. To make sure this test succeeds in one go, I use an electronic scale to measure the ratio, precisely setting it to 123 grams. The water must be hot-boiled water, then everything is mixed thoroughly. And finally, a small amount of dish soap is added to complete the preparation. There were quite a few things that needed crystallization, so I used this spray bottle to add urea to them. Why isn't there any reaction yet? The temperature is over 4. Look at this spray. It mostly just produces foam, which doesn't crystallize easily. So, this spray can't be used on this type of beard spray. You have to use this kind of bottle to apply it. The crystallization effect on the outer shell turned out truly stunning, far beyond expectations. It almost looks like a dragon's pattern, with intricate, interwoven textures and high-low variations that give it amazing depth and a premium feel. Most of the surfaces are now fully crystallized, and even the gas tank shows beautiful crystal patterns. The designs appear as if scales have grown naturally from within, making it completely unique and lifelike. Next, the final main color, a rich red, will be applied. Now, use 2 days' worth of cleaning paper to polish it all over. Then, because the outer red paint was sprayed too thick, the extra layer completely covered the crystal patterns, making them unclear and very hard to bring out. Sanding became extremely difficult, and in some places, it even went all the way down to the base coat. The texture we wanted just wasn't showing, so we had no choice. Daytime into the night, making this already the 3rd attempt. This time, I followed the same crystallization steps as before, but learned from previous mistakes. Instead of using the old method that created too many bubbles, I switched to a spray bottle technique, which allowed the solution to flow evenly over the the surface. With more people helping, the process became much faster and more efficient. Finally, after careful application and adjustments, the crystal patterns emerged beautifully, showing depth, texture, and the high-quality effect I had envisioned. This final crystallization result was extremely satisfying, and it felt like all the previous setbacks were worth it. This time, I didn't dare to be careless when spraying red paint, so I only sprayed a thin layer. Finally, brothers, this is the effect I wanted. The crystal patterns are clear and intricate. The color feels rich, like redwood furniture. After the clear coat, the texture pops, and the finish looks exactly as I envisioned. Wow, this is so beautiful. I finally managed to seal away this unique skin.
Is to assemble everything and bring it back to life. See wiring and get everything linked properly.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.
This is so awesome.